In a small village called Amiss, there lived a beautiful young woman named Sandra. She was kind-hearted and full of life, adored by the villagers for her warmth and generosity. One evening, as she walked by the river collecting firewood, she met a charming and mysterious man named Idris. His presence was soothing, his voice gentle, and his love for Sandra was evident from the very first moment they met. He courted her with patience and sincerity, and soon they were married in a grand village celebration. Their love flourished, and within a few years, Sandra bore him 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Their life was simple, yet fulfilling, full of laughter and joy. However, something was always amiss with Idris. He never spoke about his past, never mentioned his family, and always found excuses whenever Sandra asked to meet his parents. At first, Sandra brushed it off as a mere reluctance to revisit painful memories. But as years passed, her curiosity grew stronger. She loved Idris dearly, but the mystery surrounding his past unsettled her. One day, as she watched her children play by the river, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She needed to know where Idris came from, who his family was, and why he kept them hidden from her. One evening, as they sat under the stars, Sandra brought up the topic once more. "Idris, my love," she began gently, "our children are growing, and they will soon start asking questions about their grandparents. Don't you think it's time we visited your family?" Idris's expression darkened. He looked away, his fingers tightening around the edge of his robe. "Not yet, Sandra. The time is not right." His words only fueled her determination. The next morning, without informing Idris, Sandra packed a small bag and embarked on a journey to uncover her husband's past. She traveled from village to village, asking about a man named Idris, who had married a woman from her village. Some villagers had never heard of him, while others hesitated before shaking their heads, avoiding her gaze. Days turned into weeks, and Sandra's hope began to wane. It was in a distant village, near the foot of a misty mountain, that she met an old man who changed everything. "Idris, you say?" the old man asked, narrowing his eyes. "What does he look like?" Sandra described him in detail, his tall frame, kind eyes, and gentle voice. The old man sighed deeply and gestured for her to sit beside him under the shade of an ancient tree. "My child, you have traveled far. The man you seek, he is no longer among the living." Sandra frowned. "No, you must be mistaken. I am his wife. We have 3 children together. He is alive." The old man shook his head, his voice laced with sorrow. "Idris died many years ago. He was involved in a terrible accident near the river. His parents buried him in our village. If you do not believe me, come. I will take you to his grave." Tears welled in Sandra's eyes as she followed the old man through the village, her heart pounding against her ribs. Her mind refused to accept the old man's words, but her spirit trembled with fear. Could it be true? Had she been living with a ghost all these years? Finally, they reached a small, quiet graveyard at the edge of the village. The old man stopped before a gravestone covered in moss. Sandra fell to her knees as she read the inscription. "Idris, beloved son and brother, departed from this world too soon." Sandra's breath caught in her throat. Her entire world shattered in an instant. The man she loved, the father of her children, had been dead all along. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "No, this cannot be. Idris, no." Her thoughts raced back to every moment they had shared. The way he always avoided strangers, his refusal to meet his family, the strange chill that sometimes surrounded him at night. It all made sense now. She returned to her village, her heart heavy with grief and confusion. That night, as she sat in her home, Idris appeared before her. He looked at her with sorrow in his eyes. "Sandra, my love," he said, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 unsaid words. "I never meant to deceive you. I loved you too much to leave you. When my soul wandered after death, I found you. You gave me warmth, love, and a home. I could not let go." Sandra sobbed. "But why, Idris? Why did you not tell me?" "Because I was afraid," he admitted. "Afraid that you would leave. Afraid that I would lose you forever." The air around them grew cold as Idris continued. "But now, you know the truth. It is time for me to go. You and our children must live. You must move on." Sandra reached out to touch him, but her hand passed through his form. "I love you, Idris. I don't know how to live without you." "You are strong, Sandra," he whispered. "Our children need you. You will find love and happiness again. But I must rest now." As dawn broke, Idris faded into the morning light, leaving Sandra with nothing but memories and a love that had transcended death itself. Years passed, and though the pain of loss never fully left her, Sandra found solace in raising her children. She told them stories of their father, a man who had loved them beyond the boundaries of life and death. And every now and then, when the wind whispered through the trees, she would close her eyes and feel his presence, knowing that true love never really dies. The story of Sandra and Idris carries several profound moral lessons. The power of love and devotion. Sandra and Idris shared a love so strong that it transcended even death. It teaches that true love is powerful and enduring, though sometimes it must be let go for the sake of moving forward. The importance of truth and honesty. Idris concealed the truth about his existence, fearing Sandra would leave him. However, secrets, no matter how well-intentioned, inevitably surface, often causing pain. The story highlights the value of honesty in relationships, courage in seeking the truth. Sandra's relentless pursuit of answers, despite obstacles, shows that facing the truth, no matter how painful, is essential for personal growth and healing. Acceptance and letting go. Even when love is strong, there comes a time when one must accept reality and move forward. Sandra's journey teaches that acceptance is crucial to healing and finding peace. The strength of a mother. Despite her heartbreak, Sandra chooses to be strong for her children. This demonstrates the resilience of a mother's love and the responsibility to protect and guide her children through adversity. Life and death are part of a greater cycle. Idris's presence as a ghost symbolizes that love and memories live on, even when a person is gone. The story reminds us that we must cherish those we love, but also learn to move forward after loss. Hope you enjoy the story. Please support me by like and subscribe, and turn on your notification for more exciting story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.